Death is my trade, just as forging a blade is to a blacksmith. But unlike you, most people take no interest in me as a man. My profession is deemed dishonorable. My family and I are outcasts. I deal in death. I torture, hang and behead those who belong to the criminal underworld, or at least those believed to. Witches, thieves, murderers and worse. 361 souls met their end by my hand. They need me, and yet they despise me. This is my life. This is my story. My profession, my entire fate and that of my family was sealed before I drew my first breath. 2 years before I was born, my father was appointed executioner. He had no choice. The authorities had the power to force this grim duty upon any man they saw fit. My father, as he always told me, was in the city that day simply to have his bird-catching equipment repaired, for he was a woodsman by trade. While waiting, he crossed paths with an old acquaintance who showed him around the town hall. The high lords were in session, and my father was in the wrong place at the wrong time. A man without influence or the power to resist. And just like that, he was made the executioner. His life, and subsequently mine, were changed forever. In the social order of my time, the early modern period, still heavily shadowed by the Middle Ages, farmers, merchants and guild craftsmen belonged to the honorable professions. But executioners like me, along with chimney sweeps, grave diggers and even millers, were deemed dishonorable. These were trades considered inherently base or unclean. This stigma was inherited, binding the fate of generations to come. The dishonorable live with a permanent social stain. We are shunned wherever possible, permanently barred from ever taking up an honest trade. I would love nothing more than to see my son become a carpenter, for the craftsmen united in the guilds hold prestige and political power. It is an exclusive privilege, which is why their apprentices, journeymen and masters are so carefully handpicked. Do not misunderstand me though. I am by no means living in poverty, and I thank God that I fare better than many others. But is it a sin to want more? Is it a sin to want to be respected among respectable men? I can bear the stigma myself, but I cannot stomach the thought of my descendants carrying this burden of dishonor. Those guild masters pride themselves so highly on their craftsmanship, looking down on work like mine. But I too am a master. I know the human body, its muscles, bones, pressure points and blood vessels. This knowledge is essential for the punishments I must inflict upon the condemned. Whether I am extracting confessions for the judges through torture, severing a head or breaking individual bones on the wheel, I must know exactly what I'm doing, where to strike and with how much force. I cannot afford a single mistake. The mob and the magistrates demand clean work. There have been instances where executioners were attacked by the crowd for failing to behead a man with the first strike. So, even for me, these are moments of deep nerve. Therefore, my blade, typically forged with a blunt tip, is always razor sharp, and I practice my craft as often as I can. When the moment of execution draws near, I instruct the condemned to hold perfectly still, for swift end is in both of our interests. Whenever my influence permits, I try to ease the suffering of the condemned. Sometimes I even succeed. With the support of certain priests, I have managed to get sentences altered. People condemned to be drowned, for example, were granted a swifter, less agonizing death by the sword. Many of my contemporaries, and perhaps you as well, cannot understand this. Infanticides, for instance, are traditionally drowned, and many consider this a fitting punishment. But is it? That they must meet their end is beyond question. But ultimately, we will all be judged by God, and His is the only verdict that truly matters. Besides, I'm not always certain that the condemned are truly guilty. I remember a mother accused of murdering her child. Through tears and screams of agony, she cried out that she had already lost a child to the Black Death, the plague. She did not seem like a murderer to me. Perhaps I felt pity because I too lost 2 of my children to the plague. Dark times. I implored the judges for insight and moderation, as the woman never confessed to the alleged crime. In the end, she was scourged and banished from the city. She kept her life, but to this day, I do not believe her punishment was just. Strange as it may sound, my knowledge and skill also allow me to heal. I continually expand my understanding of medicine to help those who suffer. I treat wounds caused by fire and blade, and I ease pain. It provides an extra income, but above all, it gives my work a different, higher purpose. I do not want to merely be the executioner. No. If I can help people and prove myself a valuable part of the city, I hope to one day wash away the stain of dishonor. Not even for myself. My time is running too short for that. But my children and my children's children deserve to lead a life of dignity. Every move I make, every thought I have, is for their future, not mine. Hi, this is like the 10th time I'm recording this, so please forgive me. But I just wanted to tell you, thank you for watching. Here at EyeStrider, I'm trying to talk about history in a different way, more cinematic, more personal, like with the story about France. If you like the video, thanks for watching first of all. Please leave a like, please consider subscribing, and leave a comment if you would like to on what I could do better or what the next video could be about.